Hello, John Bloodworth, Gentleman Crafter here with another Scan and Cut Saturday. This week I just wanted to try and help dispel some of the grey confusion that surrounds copyright, especially in conjunction with the Scan and Cut and Canvas workspace. Let's first take a very quick look at what copyright is. Copyright is a set of automatic rights assigned to a designer, artist, composer or author upon creation of a literary or artistic work. These rights were set out in the Berne Convention in 1886, so quite a long time ago. 179 of the 195 existing countries at the time of recording this video currently subscribe to the principles of the Berne Convention. A full list of those countries can be seen on the WIPO, that's the World Intellectual Property Organization, on the WIPO website. Now let's take a very brief look at what is and what isn't covered under those conventions or those terms. Obviously you can take a full look at the terms on the WIPO website, but this is just a brief kind of thing from a crafter's perspective and in terms of the Scan and Cut. So a creation, as we mentioned earlier, the rights are assigned to a creation, can be loosely broken down into three main categories or stages. We've got an idea, we've got a concept or an invention, and a design. Now under the Berne Convention, only the design is automatically protected. Concepts and inventions can be patent protected. However, an idea cannot be protected. This is why you can go to Google or your favorite search engine right now and search card scoring board, and you will come across a variety of different devices from different companies that will help you score your cardstock in certain ways. The idea of creating a board to assist crafters like you and I with scoring card can't be protected. Whereas both the way in which it functions, the invention, and the overall design, the way it looks, can be protected. So let's kind of try and bring this round to you and I using digital designs for the Scan and Cut. We need to understand what rights we have to use a design under the principles of that Berne Convention. So let's take a look at the three ways we would likely use a design. Personal use. This could be a decorative project for your home, a piece of fan art, or any other project that you may want to give as a gift. There are no automatic rights to us as the end user for personal use. Non-profit. This could be making things to sell on a stall to raise money for a charity. Now, whilst that's commendable and wonderful, there are no automatic rights to charities or to you as a crafter to permit non-profit use of an existing design that's under copyright. Commercial use, so using a design to make things to sell for a profit, a business, even for pocket money, there are no automatic rights under the Berne Convention principles. So under any use that you want to put an existing design to, you need to check that you have the right to use it or acquire the right to use it, whether that's through purchasing or some other method. Now, where can you find out that information, whether you have the rights to use a design? Well, that information is generally not hidden, and it's very freely available on reputable sources. So on design sharing websites where you would download things for free, there will always be a terms of use or angel policy outlining what you can use things for. On reputable marketplaces, say for example on Creative Fabrica where I sell my designs, license information is listed on the product page itself. And the reason for that is generally you would acquire a different license depending on the use that you want to put it to, so they may cost different amounts. When it comes to printed works, you will likely have stumbled across a copyright page, a copyright notice, along with a website or something else like that. So you have either the information right there or a place to go to find that information out. So as I say, this information is not hidden. When it comes to the scan and cut, you have the right to use quite a lot of the designs freely for commercial use. But there are certain licensed designs that Brother have licensed from other designers or design houses that you can only use for personal use. These are clearly marked in the design catalogue that you can download from the support website, or they are marked on the individual pages in Canvas Workspace as well. So you'll be able to clearly identify which you can and can't use for commercial use, but generally all are usable for personal use. So when it comes to actually buying designs from a designer like myself, what are you actually buying? That seems to be the misconception that's going around at the moment. And I'm saying this specifically because I've recently had my designs appear on other websites for sale. And the seller has said that they didn't know they couldn't do this. They were under the impression that when they purchased the files, that they owned the files and could resell them or share them. This is not the case. It's very rare that a designer will give you resale rights because that's how they make their money and pay their bills. Something I think we're all conscious of these days. So what, in general terms as crafters, are you buying when you purchase a cutting file? Are you buying ownership of the file? No. Are you buying the right to share, pass on, or resell the file? No. Are you buying the right to use the file according to the license that you've purchased? Yes. That's the key thing. When you buy a digital cutting file, whether it's on a USB or as a download, you're actually purchasing the right to use that file. You're not purchasing ownership of the file. So what that means is the designer has to actually send you the file so that you can use it, but you don't own that file. You own the right to use it according to the license that you've purchased, whether that's for personal use, non-profit or commercial, or print on demand. There are various other licenses available. So, long story short, too late. If it exists, it's most likely under copyright. So, check that you have the right to do what you plan to do. But remember, ideas can't be copyrighted. So the idea of a pop-up card can't be copyrighted, but the exact design that another designer has created can be. Okay, now I know that there will be people chomping at the bit wanting to throw in exceptions, grey areas, various different clauses, this, that and the other. Are there exceptions? Sure, there are. However, as I said at the start of this video, I wanted to approach this from a crafter's perspective. And the exceptions are unlikely to apply to the craft world. They mostly apply to journalists and teachers who are able to take advantage of something called fair use. This, for example, in terms of a journalist, would be the case of them standing outside a particular shop where they've got a trademarked or copyrighted logo without infringing the copyright of that logo. Are there different laws in different countries? Technically no, the Berne Convention policy applies in all of the subscribed states. However, there are minor exceptions depending on the territory you're in. For example, America has a parody exception, whereas the UK doesn't. Do things come out of copyright? Yes. However, again, this term usually lasts anywhere between 50 and 95 years from the first publication or after the author's death. So, it's unlikely that the film you saw in 1985 will be out of copyright. It's unlikely that the TV series you saw last week is out of copyright. And all of the characters that are within those productions. So you need to check that you have the right to do what you want to do, or acquire the right to do what you want to do. Simple. Now, sure, ask questions. Please feel free to do that, but do remember I'm not a legal advisory service. I'm only interpreting the Berne Convention according to what I've read on their website. So if you need further clarification about anything that I've said in this video, please do refer to the WIPO website, and also check your local government website in terms of copyright law. But generally, just check. Email the designer, email the website host, reach out, Facebook them, Twitter them, Instagram them, ask the question, what rights do I have to use this design? And if I want to use it for a different purpose, can I acquire the rights? It's that simple. It doesn't have to be the grey, confused, automatic rights, blah blah, that you sort of hear about. So I hope that has helped. As I say, feel free to ask questions. I can't give you specific advice on individual designs, but I hope I've clarified at least some of the things that you can come across with the scan and cut. In the meantime, thanks for watching. Please remember to give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching.